Some of the comedy was really kind of like classic comedy routines, like when she goes to the vagina interview, and then her friend ends up getting in a fight outside,
right?
And she goes, and the lady's looking at her like, "What is these people over here? Do you know her?" She goes, "No, I don't know them." Drew, help me! Hello. I'm forgetting everything.
Well, you're in good form today. Hello. Are you set there, George?
Yeah, just
Continue, Sue.
Okay. You're cramping my style here, George. Okay, I like good audio. Right. Hello and welcome to episode 81 of What the Flick podcast. Okay, I'm Susan Ayers.
I'm Patty Smith.
I'm Lon Shima.
George Sanchez.
Okay, and so our movies this week are One of These Days, Leave the World Behind, Nonas, and The Witch, Part 1, The Subversion. And so we're going to start with Lon.
Yes, okay. My film was One of Them Days, which is sort of a random pick. I just sort of went online and said, what's sort of a fun movie, a recent release?
I love
So
doing
it's like,
that.
it came up and I thought, okay, this is probably a little out of what I'm used to watching, but it's like, let me just see what this movie's all about. So it was directed by Lawrence Lamont, written by Sarita Singleton. It stars Keke Palmer and, is it pronounced SZA?
Might be, I'm not sure.
I think it's Za.
Because it's like, I was thinking, it's like, how would you put SZA? So,
Sure.
I'm not sure either, but I think
Exactly.
it's Za. It sounds right.
yeah. And it's a female buddy movie, basically. And as it sort of went along, I was saying, oh, it sort of reminds me of Friday. That kind of
Exactly.
film, These two girls are roommates. They're also best friends, and they're living in a sort of a rundown apartment building in, I don't even know what neighborhood, just Los Angeles, basically.
Well, they're in the ghetto.
And L.A.
Down the street.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean.
Well, she
They're
works.
in the
Certainly.
ghetto.
She works by the norms on La Cienega, right? That was the norms on La Cienega.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't recognize that, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, how funny. But yes, as we mentioned, Keke Palmer, her character's name is Drew, right?
Yes,
D-R-E-U-X?
a funny
right.
Drew, but
Yeah.
yes.
And she's a waitress at this restaurant, and she sort of wants to better herself. So she says she's going to try and be one of the franchise managers at one point. So she has a job interview later in the day. And then she goes home. You meet her. In fact, now I forget. Was it her aunt or her grandmother?
I think it's her aunt.
It's her aunt. Okay, that's what
I
I
thought it was a
thought-
mother, but there you go.
No. See, I knew it was a relative, but
Okay.
who seems to be selling groceries out of her apartment. That's another thing. That kind of strange. People
Yeah.
just walk in, they pick up a bag of chips, and leave her money, and that type of thing. So, like I said, it was sort of unusual. But then when you
There's
see,
so many little things that are like that are just.
well, that's what I mean. I don't know what it's like to live, say, in a black neighborhood in a black apartment building. I mean,
You
this
got to
is
have
real.
side hustles to make money, and everybody has to do that.
And like her first customer is this one guy who comes in who just looks so mean, but she flirts with him. Good looking black guy, but he doesn't smile, this and that, and he even offers to buy her something too. And it's like, okay, so you could tell, oh, okay, yeah, every type's just come in and get their snacks and just give the woman money, right? But then she goes to her apartment. You meet her roommate, Alicia, and who just has this horrible boyfriend. Who's just lazy, leaves the shoes all around, but they also live in this rundown apartment. When they close the door,
Right.
pieces of the ceiling just fall down. So and nothing big, but you're supposed to pay the rent by the end of the day at 6:00 today, and Alyssa says, "Oh yeah, no, I gave it to my my boyfriend Keyshawn. He said it."
Right.
Well, you find out Keyshawn decided to invest the money in T-shirts or something.
He needs it to get the
business going?
the coochie T-shirt. Remember, there was the name on
No,
them
that's
was
what I'm
Gucci?
saying. Yeah, the T-shirt thing, and it's like, okay, this is sort of odd. Well, so it was an investment in his business.
And wasn't that misspelled too?
Again, see, I don't know. That's a thing when it
it was
comes to language.
Cucci instead of Gucci.
Yeah, Coochie. So, what I think is sort of funny is that then it turns out, okay, we have to come up with money, by 6 o'clock. What are we going to do? Well, first thing is they have to, once Keyshawn finds out that he's going to get busted, he basically miraculously picks up all his shoes within 5 minutes and is out the door. Yeah, that I thought was sort of funny. But it's that kind of humor that really drives this movie. First of all, I like the fact that the two of them, first of all, do not think, oh, yeah, let's just go prostitute ourselves and sell our bodies to get money, right? They think, I think, just every perfect solution that they can as they go through the day. Oh, let's do this.
Yeah,
let's try this, Even Alyssa comes up with this strange thing that almost costs her life in a way. But again, it makes complete sense to me, right? So it's just them dodging throughout the entire day, trying to come up with money. The little, like you said, hustling. They are hustling at what you're at the best, while dealing with trying to find her boyfriend, who then gets them in trouble because he's hanging out with somebody named Ruby, who I think is wonderfully played by Janelle James. Yeah. I really like. She's one of the characters I like. Like the even first thing they do is to the home loan. I like that 1,900%
payday loan. Yeah.
And I thought, and I heard that that's a joke, but I think it is true, right? It's like 100 or 300%,
yes.
Right. That you have to pay back.
Yeah, they were making some great points in that.
And then we have Cat Williams, who's like an angel.
See, well, that's as I say, Cat Williams, I think, playing the Lucky. Because he's in front of the loan telling him, don't do it, don't do it. And you're right, he's always showing up. Like he is lucky for them because he's always giving them advice and telling them things to do, right? Or helping them somehow. Like I said, Patrick Cage also plays Maniac. He's one of the characters who I said who's the one buying at the beginning. Right. Keke Palmer, her character, Drew, is flirting with him. But he looks like almost like he's gangster or something. So there's something odd with him. But throughout the day, it's one of those, it's almost like a day road picture. Like I even said, I was comparing it to Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah,
where they're just going spot to spot to spot. So you're running into these little characters. But to me, it's like, like you said, culturally, this is sort of interesting because of all the different characters. And of course, at one point, there's a threatening gang guy that's involved as well. So it's of all the events that go through, I just thought, you know what? I'm not laughing hysterically at this movie, but I was not bored once. I just thought, this is a fun little movie once it starts kicking with all the characters involved. So I will give it to the writer and director. I think they did a good job. I actually thought, though, that the cinematography and the editing was sort of well done. They had unusual things going on with that, I thought. So, but anyway, I would recommend it. I just thought it was a fun movie. Nothing great, but hey, if you want to see a movie, and see, the reason I really picked it too is I really like Keke Palmer. I thought, she was in that movie Akilah and the Bee, right? Which was great, and then she was in that. Oh, I forget now. The one of the film about I think did we do that with the aliens that are in they're
Attack the Block?
No, it's when they're the film crew or they have a film crew coming up. Oh, I should have written it down, but it was just sort of funny. But she was also in that playing the older sister, in that movie. Or his sister, I should say. But I think she's such a good actress, so I like to see her do it. But this is the first time I've seen her do comedy.
Well, that was her first... She's a singer, right? That was her...
No, that's SZA.
Okay.
SZA's the one who's the rapper or something like that.
They're both...
Well, Keke Palmer started as a singer, and then she went into acting, and she's
see, is she an actual actress? I didn't, or singer?
I didn't know she
was. She's an R&B singer. Sisa, I'm gonna call her Sisa. She's an R&B singer.
Yeah, and that was her first movie. She's never been in a movie. She's never acted in a movie.
Sisa, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, she was in Medea's Family Reunion.
Who was?
Keke Palmer. Like I said, she's been working as an actress.
Yeah, she's actually won Emmys and she's actually won awards.
Right? No, and that's what I said. I think she's such a good actress. So I've always enjoyed. Oh, Nope. That was the thing. Nope.
I knew you were thinking about that.
That was the
one. Okay, the alien. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, I remember that.
But and that's why I really picked it. And I have to admit too, SZA, like I said, I thought she was fine in it for her first movie.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a fun movie, I think this will satisfy your bill.
Do it. Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie too. I thought it did remind me of Friday a bit. That we have that really straight character, and then the really funny character, which would be Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker, right?
So, but and also it did have those moments where the comedy is almost like cartoonish.
Yeah,
like the one where the guy leaves and that he managed to pick up all the shoes at the same time, and there's I just thought of another one too, but I can't remember. But just a little, very almost slapsticky, but or cartoonish funny scenes. So yeah, I was cracking up the whole time. Actually, the Cat Williams character reminded me of the Santa Claus character in the movie with I'm forgetting names.
The Night Before, the one about the three guys.
No, the one with who he kept popping up and everybody was going, "How you doing?" "I'm doing okay." It was where he wants to go on vacation. Home Improvement guy.
Yes. Right. Okay.
And then Tim Allen.
Tim Allen and
Jamie Lee Curtis. That one.
Names are gone to
right.
Yeah. So remember that little Santa? Well, he was Santa,
right. Yeah.
He kept popping up and he was just everywhere.
Oh yeah, the umbrella.
You need the umbrella. And then he's there and hey, how you doing? And the baby like, oh, hey, good. Do you know that guy? No. So to me, Cat Williams was to me supposed to be like their angel, like the guardian angel to the party to the city, and then tell him not to do the. So yeah, I mean, I was actually quite a few times that I was cracking up out loud. All the world, the scenes, all the characters. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it a lot. In fact, when I wrote out my notes, I almost wrote it like it was my movie, right? Because I was like, wait a sec, I don't have that, right? So for the first 15 minutes of the film, I was kind of like, what am I watching exactly, right? Excuse me. I was more scared of where it was going to go, as anyways. The two girls, they have the best chemistry, and that's what makes it so believable. They really seem like they're really good friends, and their characters are well written. They're I just really enjoyed them. I enjoyed their relationship. Drew is a waitress at Norm's and hoping to become a store manager, of Norm's. And Lisa is an eccentric artist with her present love interest, Keyshawn. Keyshawn is great. Joshua David Neal. He was great. I mean, he was such kind of a, like, just don't mind this word, like a fuck up.
Which kind of brain
dead? Kind of fuck up,
He just basically he just wanted a girlfriend to take care of him. And he was always just...
Is that her ex-boyfriend?
It's not her ex-boyfriend. It's the boyfriend we first meet.
Oh, that takes all the shoes.
Takes the money. It's like that he's gone with her rent money for his new T-shirt business. I think he meant Gucci. I think it was supposed to be a ripoff, but I spelt it Coochie, right?
I thought he meant Coochie, like, Coochie.
Coochie.
Well, he could have. I could have. The landlord wants his money, and they have until 5, I think
6.
it is, to get it. Oh, 6
6.
To get it. And that's really the whole thing, is this adventure to get, and every time they get it, something happens, right? So the neighborhood is hysterical. From Jamil, which is Dwayne Parker, the braider. He's the guy that does all the braiding, right?
Hairstylist in the building.
They call him a braider. To Bethany, oh my God, gentrification.
Well, to point out that Bethany is the new neighbor that everyone's talking about, that because she's white.
Well, it's just very funny.
And I love the fact that their characters say, There's no way a white person would move with this.
When she moves in, they're all frozen. Everybody just staring at her like something they've never
You
seen
don't
before.
really see her. You just see their reaction. And actually, the two girls are the only ones that are nice to her.
Yeah.
You know, payday loans, loan sharks. I really enjoyed this film. I was laughing out loud a lot.
Oh, nice. Good.
The two ladies have real charisma together. They really do. They were great.
Oh, I hate to be Debbie Downer here, but I'm only half Debbie Downer. At the beginning, I did not like it. I thought it was like girls' night, which I didn't like that either. It was too corny. And maybe because it was girls, her not having a rent or giving it to her boyfriend just pissed me off.
Well, I thought the same thing. I was like, why are you hanging out with this chick?
I mean, that's what I thought. It's like, nobody in their right mind would hang out with a dunce like her. And so it started pissing me off.
I assumed that they had been, they knew each other for a long time.
I don't know if that would do it for me, but so it took until, I gotta say, everything was like a half smile. And a lot of the things that happen are ridiculous, but they make good comedy. I think when she went for the job interview, that's when it started to kick in for me.
Oh, okay.
And we've all been there where we are not ready for a job interview. Something's come up or something's got to be done. And we're trying to be a certain way to get the job. But the other part of it comes in and all of a sudden your true self comes out.
Real life.
Yeah, real life. And so it was amusing and even sweet, I think, at the end.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So some of the comedy was really kind of like classic comedy routines, like when she goes to the vagina interview, and then her friend ends up getting in a fight outside.
Right.
And she goes, and the lady's looking at her like, what is these people over here? Do you know her? She goes, no, I don't know them. Drew, help me. It's just like, that kind of comedy.
Classic, yeah.
Or when she gets go get blood taken out. There was just another one with like so much shenanigans to that one. Just too many. So that kind of a humor was also what.
I felt it was classic comedy. Yeah. I thought this was like something I could watch again 5 years from now. It would be really funny. They were great. The girls were great. They were funny. The writing was good. Like you were saying, the whole production was good. The editing, everything was good.
I was surprised. Yeah, the timing was just so. For me, it was really a lot of fun.
I was surprised at the Drew character. I believe is the young actress who she's never done acting before. Her comedic chops were.
That's
the other one.
Alyssa, the SZA. She's
SZA.
the one who's never. That was her movie debut, right?
Yeah.
She was. Her comedic chops were amazing. You know,
it really was. I mean, knowing that's all I knew, that she was a rapper and this was her first film, and I'm thinking, oh, she's going to be the streetwise, tough.
Right, I thought.
But then it's like, oh no, she's really playing comedically. She's really doing a good job.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I was totally surprised when I saw that. I was like, wow, these two seem like they've been acting together forever, like Lucy and Ethel, or something like that.
Which means, right? Yeah, the chemistry was.
Which means they could probably do more movies together because they seem
They
to have
really
chemistry.
could.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly, I think I read on Wikipedia that they're considering a sequel, like it's in development, because I guess this movie only took $14 million to make, which again, that's sort of what I like, these independent films.
Yes.
But I guess it grossed like 51 million, so they did a really nice job of making money off of. But I hope the writing is just as equally good. That's the only problem, because you're right. I think the writer and the director did such a fun job of putting that whole thing together, and how they can actually go on to make a sequel, I wouldn't understand.
Maybe make a sequel. They go on. They go to the Caribbean.
No. What I could see is that she now lands that job, and how her fuck up friend just constantly gets her into trouble.
Right.
So I could see it.
Well, that's the funny thing, because not revealing too much, the way everything sort of comes out is because of Alyssa's character and her talent. So that's why I thought, oh, this can go really either way.
She's a pro actress. She's actually won awards. She's won Emmys, I think.
The Keke Palmer,
I don't think she has. Keke Palmer's won awards?
Yeah.
She has.
What, for what?
She has daytime Emmy, I think, and nighttime Emmy. So
for what?
She's had quite a few shows and movies that she's done.
Oh, she's done a lot of movies. I never knew her name.
See, it shows you how much British mysteries I watched. That the next movie they go to the Caribbean and solve a murder mystery.
It's like a prerequisite.
Oh, well, see, I would watch that.
Oh,
if the
that
two
would
of them
be
get involved in
great.
a murder mystery.
Oh,
and
guys,
comedy.
think about that. Think about that. We would
I'd love to
love
see
that.
them try and solve a mystery. Yeah. That would be interesting.
Okay, so has everybody said everything they want to say?
Yep.
Okay, so I guess it would be me, right?
No, George.
Isn't it his? Oh, it's right.
Right. So yeah, actually, it did remind me of Friday, which I thought was hilarious. Friday just cracked me up. So it's in that genre. I would give it a 9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would give it a 9 too as a comedy. I think it's excellent.
I give it a 6.
I gave it a 5.
I knew you would.
And he loved it.
Right.
Well, that was the one thing, like I said, I thought it was just a fun movie, but it didn't really grab me.
Right.
You know, that's the thing.
Right.
Though I will say this, I was thoroughly satisfied with the ending and how they resolved everything. I thought that's
Yes.
always a good sign that
Yes.
the writer did their job well.
Yeah. So we'll be
As
back.
opposed to other movies we did that I did not like the ending. Okay.
Yes, true.
Okay, so that ends it for this week, and we'll see you next week. Remember, you can, apparently we have a Patreon page just up. We added something, and they went, hey, congratulations, you're on Patreon. I was like, well, weren't we already
What did
on
you
it?
add?
I added, I started to
Articles,
do, I'll tell you
some
about
articles.
it
Yeah.
after, yeah.
We shall discuss.
And I just, yeah. And so we will see you next week. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.